What will happen if a powerful nation like China aids the poorest nation on earth? For such a country, having China on its side is almost like a hope. China has chosen to invest $12 billion in Afghanistan, which will result in a permanent transformation to Afghanistan. We will discuss China's $12 billion investment in Afghanistan in this video. We'll also examine what the project's future holds for both countries. Let's get going. Terrorists have had a long-standing presence in Afghanistan. In the past 2 decades, there hasn't been a single year when Afghanistan could concentrate on improving itself. It has consistently struggled to survive. Both internal and external elements have contributed to the instability at various points throughout time. However, 4 conflicts have occurred for whatever reason. Afghanistan was unable to breathe easily. The inhabitants have always desired to live in harmony. They simply want to lead regular lives. The impact of terrorism has not only been felt by the nation's citizens, but also by its whole economy. Wars have cost the government a lot of money. Although Afghanistan has spent over $2 trillion ending the conflict, thankfully its leadership has declared the country will now enter a period of peace. They have made the decision to end the fight with everyone. The state would have security and wealth, the administration determined. But when you've been battling instability for a very long time, prosperity is not always simple. A nation's issues force it to concentrate only on its defense. Its whole industrial base was devastated. Infrastructure is harmed. Without fostering improvement in all areas, these nations will never be able to compete with the rest of the globe. Extended periods of time, Afghanistan, which was given top priority, solely paid attention to local safety and defense. However, now that they have dealt with it, they must concentrate on advancement. They lack the knowledge needed to upgrade their infrastructure. In the country, it is impossible to build excellent roads or trains. Afghanistan, on the other hand, has a lot of oil resources. There are around 1,400 mineral fields in this area. It possesses priceless resources including gold, minerals, and natural gas. However, the issue is that they lack the technology necessary to exploit these natural resources. Therefore, while having several times as many resources as a powerful nation, they are unable to match them. When you can't extract the minerals, they are useless. What then can Afghanistan do to help? Should it ever stop focusing on progress? That most certainly is not the case. The only way to preserve Afghanistan is through assistance from other nations. Afghanistan needs assistance from nations with the most advanced technologies. By all means, they must collaborate with a nation that is superior than Afghanistan. However, the issue here is that several nations have cooperated with Afghanistan but have merely used its resources for their own benefit. They have benefited from using Afghanistan. These nations have also meddled in Afghan political affairs. Afghanistan absolutely does not want that. Afghanistan needs a collaborator who can aid in its development. Additionally, the partner must attend to its own affairs. Therefore, it does not require a superpower. It requires a person who has a reputation for creating win-win collaborations. And China is the only country on Afghanistan's attention. China has also previously worked on projects in Afghanistan. However, Afghanistan now places a higher value on China. China is improving every single day, which is why China is improving faster than the United States, which has the greatest economy in the world. Afghanistan will thus be extremely fortunate if China agrees to aid it. According to an agreement that China and Afghanistan reached in 2022, China would invest close to $12 billion in Afghanistan. The Enact Copper Mining Project is what the initiative is termed. China and Afghanistan have collaborated on several mining projects. However, this endeavor is grabbing everyone's interest. The duration of this project is 25 years. Essentially, this is a long-term oil exploration enterprise involving the 2 nations. China will provide Afghanistan access to its quick technology for oil mining. About 80 million barrels of oil will be extracted by China from Afghanistan's oil reserves. The investment will be made annually and will continue to rise for the first 3 years in a row. China will contribute $150 million to the project, bringing the total amount invested to as much as $12 billion. Afghanistan will be able to earn a lot of money from this initiative. With numerous nations that want its oil, commerce will be simple. Afghanistan will get a large customer base that will depend on it in this way, and it will be able to start developing positive relations with the rest of the globe. This attempt will attract a lot of attention to Afghanistan, while also helping to enhance that country's economy. Once it really begins exporting oil, Afghanistan will be seen as a more trustworthy nation by the rest of the globe. The question that really needs answering is what China would get in return for its cooperation. Ferry AB and Sample are among the companies that provide the goods. In light of the fact that Afghanistan is not in a position to follow China's lead, it has agreed to let China conduct oil exploration in 3 of its provinces. The land covered by the oil fields extends over a total of 4,500 square kilometers. These fields have the potential to generate 1,000 tons of oil every single day. As a result, collaboration will be beneficial to both nations in equal measure. However, that is not the case. After the project that has been ongoing for 25 years is finally finished, a plethora of brand new endeavors will get underway. During this interim period, there will still be a large number of projects being worked on. The question that has to be answered, then, is what kind of long-term potential these alliances have. How long will it continue to happen? This venture will be beneficial to both countries in many ways than merely assisting them in acquiring a large quantity of oil and increasing their financial gain. Additionally, additional initiatives will be brought to a successful conclusion. First and foremost, Afghanistan needs to improve its infrastructure. It is necessary that improvements be made to the roads, railways, schools, and hospitals. China is the only country in the world with really world-class infrastructure. Not only that, but China's involvement in each project would result in the creation of several employment opportunities in Afghanistan, and it will help the people of Afghanistan combat their high unemployment rate. Because of this, Afghanistan will benefit in a number of different ways from China's help. Afghanistan will also fall into China's sphere of influence on the other hand. It will be able to advance the Belt and Road Initiative that it has been working on. As a direct consequence of this, both nations come out ahead. However, there are negative aspects to any circumstance. In light of the current circumstances, China is facing a few challenges. In the first place, it might be challenging to look for a job in Afghanistan. It is possible to argue that terrorism is still a problem in Afghanistan because of the country's poor security. Working there involves taking on a significant amount of danger. Therefore, Chinese employees who are considering working there should do a comprehensive safety assessment before making their decision. In the event that something unfavorable occurs, the project will be scrapped. Afghanistan, on the other hand, does not wish for it to take place. Because China makes such a substantial contribution to Afghanistan, it is unacceptable to put the safety of Chinese workers at jeopardy. If all goes according to plan, this endeavor will aid Afghanistan in obtaining recognition on a global scale. One may argue that China and Afghanistan are dedicated to working together and have great aspirations for the future of their relationship. And if both countries chose to communicate honestly with one another, there is nothing that can stop them. Share your opinion in comments. Also, click on this video to watch about another shocking project.